I was very pleased that our research council, our premier research council, the National Research Foundation, allowed us in the last financial year to really begin to address a matter that I had been concerned about for several months. And that was the question of what is the quality of the infrastructure that our scientists utilize in order to produce these state-of-the-art solutions all of us are looking toward them for. And so I was most excited that the NRF agreed with us and actually released over 100 million rand for research equipment and infrastructure in our national research facilities throughout the country. Many vice-chancellors told me this was a welcome intervention, and we thank the National Research Foundation for that investment in our scientists. And as I indicated in my budget speech earlier this week, over the next 3 years, the National Research Foundation will invest a further 1.4 billion in research equipment and infrastructure, a welcome investment in facilities that you use. I spoke about university campuses and access to broadband in Parliament this week, and mentioned the investment we will make to ensure that all our universities are connected, that all researchers have access to the best research facilities, the best broadband access that South Africa can offer. I said a student studying in Thohoyandou at the University of Venda must and should have as good access as a student studying in Rondebosch at the University of Cape Town. It's not a dream, it's a reality. December 2011, it will be with us. I also indicated that we continue to advance our program of research chairs. We're very thrilled that we're beginning to attract top-class scientists to our country, both nationals of South Africa, but international scientists who are very happy to come and work in South Africa because they can see that we are serious about science and technology. We're now talking to our colleagues in countries in the rest of the continent to see how together we can share this opportunity of research chairs. And at the moment, although I don't know what the conclusions will be, we're having very, very exciting discussions with colleagues in UNESCO, with colleagues working within the United Nations about the potential of establishing 1,000 research chairs on the African continent in our various universities and science councils in order to advance the research chairs initiative that South Africa drew on when looking at the Canadian experience. If we can arrive at such a model, it will be wonderful for Africa. And of course, I'm always very, very focused on the fact that South Africa must never believe it should march alone in Africa. If Africa is to have the growth and impact that it should, as we grow science in our country, we must grow science on the African continent. It's imperative that we grow together because then we'll become a global player as this continent. So we are working very closely together, and I know many of you here who are established researchers do have very, very excellent African links. And I really would want to say to you, if there's any way in which we can assist you to expand them, to make them work better, do go and talk to the Director General at the table right at the back, because they are very important partnerships. I don't think that everybody appreciates the kind of investment we're hoping to make in science, engineering, and technology as yet. I believe we're not yet quite believing that the good times for the researchers are here. And indeed, I believe they are here, and they will continue to grow further and further. I believe we must also do a great deal more about those who support scientists. I never forget, a few days after I was appointed, one of my officials came to talk to me. And she said, you know, Minister, everybody's talking to you about honors, masters, and graduates and doctoral candidates. But they're not talking to you about technicians. And the technologists and technicians are really important. And she told me about her experience when she was doing her PhD and how 1 week a particular machine they were using in their engineering faculty broke down. And it took 9 months to get it repaired because they didn't have a person trained to actually repair that particular equipment. Now that would be a technologist. After she completed her PhD, she had the opportunity of a postdoc in France. And while she was there, lo and behold, the same misfortune befell her. Within 2 days, the equipment was fixed because every laboratory had several technologists within it. So we will focus certainly on expanding honors, supporting greater master's scholarships, supporting increased doctoral and postdoc support, but we will also ensure that we attend to the issue of the technicians and the technologists to support our researchers so that we have thriving, functioning laboratories that do not collapse for 3 months. Very important. But let me come back to why we're here tonight. I think it's amazing that the NSTF has amassed such glittering achievements in such a short space of time. And I'd like to take this opportunity to congratulate all the participants as well as those who will receive awards tonight. I know that the forum succeeds because of the support it gets from yourselves, the scientists. But really, it's an extremely hardworking and committed team, and we thank them for the investment they're making in each one of you. I hope that the awards will serve to generate a strong competitive spirit that will increase our appetite for success as a nation. I hope that we will link our achievements to that which we were celebrating yesterday, Africa Day, and say, as Africans, we're doing rather well and we're going to do even better. I'm reminded, talking of Africa, that there are other awards at the continental level in which many South African scientists have done very, very well. Local awards, such as the ones we celebrate today, provide a broader pool from which we can choose individuals to represent South Africa at the continental and global level. I wish to appeal to the recipients of the awards tonight to take up the call when we ask you to become part of those we submit for continental and global consideration. We believe that each one of you who receives an award tonight and those who will receive awards next year who haven't received any today are part of those persons that we will put on the global map. As I conclude, let me repeat what I say each year, that as I look out at you all here, among the young people, our budding scientists, and some of our established, not so old ones, as old as me, I see a Nobel Science Prize winner. That's what I look forward to for South Africa. I believe we have that capability. I believe the talent lies in this room. I believe the talent exists in this country. And all I ask you to do is make that excellence live for every person in South Africa, on the African continent, and globally. Thank you very much. Enjoy the evening.